Okay, we're on. So today we're going to talk about food. This is an unusual one, Eddie, because I am fasting today, but I thought I've got to give it a try. Don't
Mhm.
talk about anything too nice, or I want to go and eat.
Yeah,
But
but
what?
many people want to join, but they don't know the what is it, the password, the new one. They were
I
asking me.
no, don't tell them, Jenny. I wanted to keep it as a more private group so that we
Oh,
don't have a lot of
sorry.
yeah, previously we've had such a lot of people who don't talk English, and it makes it very difficult. I spend the hour trying to explain to people what the subject is, and then they've got nothing to say. You know what I mean? So I'm writing up on my post, please message me for details. If they don't understand, please message me for details. Then,
Okay.
you
Yeah, I got
know,
it.
yeah, I don't want to be too exclusive, but I think the most I have to offer to web chat is my vocabulary and my pronunciation. And so to have a lot of people that don't speak English, and I don't know how to teach English, so it's not the best thing for me to be doing. But I'm better off with people
Oh,
like yourself because you always enjoy learning a new word, don't you? And your English is good. We can talk about anything.
yeah, I really love it. I really love it because uh, since I see that when you are communicating with native speakers, the English will be improving, and
Yeah,
because as an English teacher, it's not there is no limit of studying.
yeah,
So for me, it's an opportunity for me also when I talk with with the native speakers. It's helped me a lot, and I learn a lot of things because it's your language. So the more I talk to you, the more I improve my English because that is language. You know, languages is like when the more you communicate to people, the more you improve it, the more you get more
mm.
new vocabularies. So you are right. Yeah, yeah, it's good
When
to do that.
when I started doing this, I had a lot of teachers coming to the meetings, and that's good because if I can help a teacher improve their English, then they can teach it to lots of people, can't they? You know.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I got your point. Yeah, you are right.
I
Mm-hmm.
love your head wrap today, by the way. That's really nice. Lovely blue.
Yeah, it's
And
it's national. Yeah, isn't it?
yeah, like that last week during last week I was like having a flu, kind of like I have a cold and cough, and I was
Oh,
like, oh, there's
Oh
not
yes,
all. So, but now I'm better. I feel better
good.
because you know what? Because of the change in the climate. The time now we
Yeah,
are in summer.
yeah,
So we're from winter and get into summer, and then that changing the weather. It's make
yes,
no.
yeah.
So yeah, but now we are getting used to this hot weather, and
mm.
Nice.
everything is like start green, and then those the flowers from the trees. It's giving that a new smell and new. I don't know how to say it. Is it the flower when they give that?
Oh, the flowers give off their pollen.
Yes.
If you have hay fever, it's the pollen from trees can be really bad.
That's the vocabulary. Like make you kind of like not feel comfortable, but you'll be fine after. But
Yeah.
that's the way. So I think because of that, and make people like having that cold and then fever, and but they
Hmm.
will after. Yeah. So yeah, because of
We're
the weather.
starting to get coronavirus here again. It's getting worse. So I think we could be in lockdown again soon.
For us, we just got the level 1 on it was on Friday.
Oh,
So
right.
we are on level 1.
That
We are still on
means you can do anything.
level 1.
Yeah.
So they told us that we still have to be careful. We
Mhm.
have to mask. Even for me at home, I have to wear mask. No, I'm in this room and I just take my mask because I'm talking to you, because I don't want to give that flu to my children
Your
and my
children.
husband.
Yeah.
So to protect myself, and when I go there and I have to put it, and then I have to clean my hand and I have to serve them because
Yes. Yeah.
because food is like it's easy to people. It's easy for people to get it.
It
Even
is.
the food. Yeah. So I have to be careful. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
They've told us we had rules after we came out of lockdown. They told us we
mhm,
still have to social distance. We shouldn't be in groups of
mhm.
more than six, and we should wear masks when we're in shops. But people don't do it. So it's all getting bad again now.
You see, and this one is, I'm telling you, this COVID-19, it will never be over.
Hmm.
It will be there. And now here, the president of South Africa yesterday told us that there is an app, like you have to install in our device, in our phone, and it will tell us that if I go to supermarket and then someone get
Yes.
that virus, and then it
Track
will
and
tell me that
trace. Yeah,
yeah, it is
track and
tracing.
trace, we
Mhm.
call that. We've got one, but
He
it
told
doesn't
us
work.
that we have to do that.
Yeah. We've got one, but it doesn't work. They don't seem to be tracking people very well. Or they make the phone call to the person and nobody answers, so they don't bother again. Ugh.
But now he told us that we have to do that to overcome this, because
Yeah.
for example, if I don't know, and then maybe I don't have, but maybe someone has it, because there is someone, they have it and they have been cured, and then they have it again.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how we are going to overcome this?
Mm.
It's scary, and
Yeah, it is.
we
It's
have
very scary. Yeah.
to come back
It
again.
it
And
seems, yeah, it seems that the antibodies you have in your blood that will stop you getting the virus after you've had
mm,
it don't last very long. So,
oh,
after a while you can catch it again. And also the virus is mutating. It's changing.
yes.
So
Hmm.
that whatever we do with it, it's going to change and be different and it won't work anymore. It's terrible.
Hmm. Hmm. But
Well,
I think we just need to be careful. We need to do our best, to protect ourselves and then protect
yeah.
the other. For us
Yeah.
here, my husband said that we have to use the mask every time, and we
Mhm.
have to wash our hand. We have to use the sanitizer and then everything, and because we don't know. Some people, they don't care. They think that if you are in level 1, and then we are fine, but it's not. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it will get worse. So
Yes.
as long as we just protect ourselves, and yeah, okay.
I think it's the younger people that are the biggest problem because they hear you can go out and they think, oh great, we can go to a party, we can go to the pub and all cram ourselves into a small space. And of course it's spreading. You have to be
Mhm.
very sensible about this. How is
Yeah.
it where you are, Eddie? Have you got much happening with COVID now?
I actually some current past week was really worrying for us because the nurse that come that came us for helping
Hmm.
for taking care for my father and me, and she had duty um, to help my father to take a bath, and but now she's tricked by coronavirus.
Oh no.
But yeah, and we were also suspected to have corona, and
Right.
they got test from all of us, my father, my wife, and me. And but fortunately, uh, the result was good for us.
Good.
We didn't detect it as with corona, but our nurse is strict, and we call her from time to time. She told us that her disease going better, and
Good.
she is getting better, getting well, and but it is growing up
Yes.
every day. 100 and even more
Yes.
pop
Hi,
up.
hi, hi, Terry. We're talking about COVID.
Hi Terry. Hi Terry.
Hi, sorry I was a little late.
Oh, no problem.
I was cleaning up my kitchen and then I had trouble finding the link and the password.
Uh,
Perhaps I should send it out more frequently. That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? If I message you again every now and again,
Yeah, because I
then it
had to
won't.
do a little bit of searching.
Yes, yes.
very
I'll
soon.
do that.
Sorry, and Jane. Upgrading is coming, and it will be available to create pages and groups
Oh,
on web talk, and so
oh, that'll
it
be
would be
good.
good you have your own, and we will join to you, and you always be able to share your link for the chat on
Yes,
in your personal group, and only your members and members of your group would be able to see it, and it would be much easier to come to you.
that sounds like
Mhm.
a great idea.
Mhm.
Anyway, we were going to talk about food. This was Terry's idea, and I thought it was a good one.
It's because I'm always hungry.
So tell me what you like to eat in South Africa. What are you going to have for your tea today, Jenny?
Today I cooked pasta,
Hmm.
like pasta with the chicken. You have to we use mixer to make
Oh,
the paste from the chicken and then make it like a blend it, and then
oh,
make the sauce and put that there, and it's very good, very
that
good.
sounds lovely.
Because I think I really love chicken, but my children, they are not fond of eating chicken, so I have to create something that they will see that it's not like seeing the chicken the, in the food. So
Yeah.
I have to blend it and make it and mix it with the pasta and make a sauce, and very, very tasty, I'm telling you.
Yes.
So they loved it.
How can they
So that's the
not
thing that I
like
did.
chicken? How can they not like chicken? You know, that's the most
I
popular thing to buy for a meal in the UK. People eat chicken all the time.
Yeah, because for me, I really love chicken. Even if you're gonna give me the whole chicken like grilled, I can
Mm.
eat it. I just love. But for them, I don't know, like, because we don't want to eat a lot of red meat, so we bought a lot of chicken. Here also, chicken
Mm.
is not like very expensive, and you can buy like a bunch of kilos. And maybe the reason why they don't like it because we have a lot in the fridge, and then I just make like chicken.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. But KFC, they love it because the way they fry it, the way they make it, there's a
Oh,
special ingredients that they put. They love it. If
Mm-hmm.
we are going to buy like KFC every day, they will love it. But the one that I making, sauce and stuff, they don't like. Maybe the reason why, like we bought a lot of chicken instead of having red meat because it's not good for
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
Just bought like red meat, maybe like once a week, and we cook it like on Sunday and
Mm-hmm.
something like yeah. I think that's the reason why they don't like it. But I do love chicken.
I'll
I
tell
do.
you what, I'll give you my secret of feeding children because children are often very difficult to get to eat vegetables, aren't they? Make it something they can eat with their hands. Instead of
Oh.
instead of eating it with a knife and fork for vegetables, I used to do a Japanese thing where you make batter and you put your
Mhm.
vegetables in the batter and you fry it, and then they could dip it. They like dippy things as well. And
Oh,
have some sauce.
I'll,
Yeah,
I'll,
if you do something like that, they'll eat it. Just little strips of
mhm.
chicken with batter or breadcrumbs on, and something
Oh,
to
okay.
dip
I'm
it
gonna
in.
do
I
that.
bet they'll
Hmm.
eat that.
Hmm.
Kids love that kind of thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for telling me about that. I will. I,
Even my
I
son.
I do have like many recipes, but sometimes it's not like when I do it, it's not comes like really as it is because you know I cook the Malagasy food and sometimes I just make change. That's why I was like, let me check recipes and then follow it and something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Nice.
What about you, Terry? What have you got for tea?
Oh, I just took a pork roast out
Oh,
of the freezer,
I love
Mm,
and
pork.
I'm gonna throw that
yummy,
in the
scrumptious.
yeah,
That
and I'm
must
gonna
be
throw that in the
scrumptious.
crock pot.
Oh, lovely.
Cook it with onions and carrots and potatoes.
I'll be round in a couple of hours. I
Well,
think.
it probably won't be done until
Sounds very
dinner because it
healthy.
was frozen, but I just thought of it. So I just took the roast out. So it'll take a while to unthaw, but
Yeah.
I throw it in frozen and it cooks.
Yeah.
It just takes longer,
You can
but it
with
makes
that
it
sort of
juicy.
thing, can't you?
Yeah, makes it juicy though in the crock
Mm,
pot. So,
I bet it does. Yeah. What about you, Eddie? What are you going to eat later?
Later? Do you
Mm.
mean? What do you mean later?
Oh,
it's
tea,
probably
tea. We've already had the conversation about what do the English call their evening meal, didn't we? And I must have sounded very
Evening.
confusing
Mhm.
because I said some people call it tea, some people call it dinner, some people call it supper. And actually, I thought of you the other day, Eddie, because one of the supermarkets has done an advert, and the advert is all these kids coming in from school or from playing or from out in their classes or whatever, and they're all coming in the door saying, "What's for dinner? What's for tea? What's for dinner?"
we we
That's the English. We don't know what we call it.
we call it supper.
Supper for you, yes.
Supper.
For us, dinner.
It's dinner, yeah, yeah. So call it what you
As
like,
you
Eddie. Dinner or supper or tea.
actually, as you see, I'm getting around. I like I like sweet and candies, but actually I have to pay attention
I
for
know
my
that one. Yeah, I've put some weight on during
taking.
lockdown.
Uh-huh. And but usually mm, nowadays I before to go to sleep I take some
Mhm.
vegetable soup just with onion, with cabbage, with how to pepper, sweet pepper.
Oh, lovely.
And we call it Bulgarian pepper. I don't know why. We call it Bulgarian pepper. And sweet pepper, cabbage, tomato, and sparja, or how to say, I don't know.
Is that asparagus?
Asparagus, maybe. Asparagus.
Long green shoots. Yeah, that's asparagus. Oh, I love asparagus.
Yeah, me too. I really love asparagus.
But sometimes I take sour milk. How do you say this product? Sour milk.
We don't. Oh, do you mean yogurt?
With bottle or?
Do you mean yogurt?
Yeah, kind of yogurts. Kind of yogurts.
I love that.
So, but yogurt is sweet, but this product, milky product, I don't know how to say it. And
this is something I don't know. Because
we
don't have anything with sour milk. It's just yogurt. That's the only thing we get here.
Sour cream?
Sour cream. Oh, sour cream, it is kind of butter. Yeah, butter, but
yeah, a little looser. We put it in lasagna and stuff like that.
I think America uses a lot more sour cream than we do. We don't use it very much, although it's in the supermarkets now, because England likes to cook international dishes. We do all sorts of things. So this is interesting, hearing what other people eat.
Yeah, sour cream. I mix it with the dry onion soup mix, and it makes great onion dip.
Right.
That's about the only thing I use sour cream in.
Right. I do occasionally do Mexican, and I'll do some tortillas or something, and you have to have a bit of sour cream in that. I love Mexican food, and I love hot food as well. We eat a lot of Indian food in England.
I can't.
I guess.
I get heartburn with hot food. If it's hot and spicy, my heart does not like it.
Right.
I like spicy food, but not every day. From time to time.
Yeah.
It is good. This is interesting.
Now, garlic is another thing. Garlic, I will put garlic on any type of meats.
Oh, me too. I love garlic.
I'll be putting that on the pork roast today.
But I think if there is no garlic, the food or the things that you are going to fry, it's not giving that smell and then the taste, because I think garlic, there is specific thing in that garlic making the food tasty. So every time when I cook, I put garlic.
Yeah, one of my favorites. I cook up a lot of curries and stews and things in the winter, particularly because I live alone. I'll make a big pot of curry and then eat one portion and put the other portions in separate pots in the freezer, so that if I want a meal, I've got one there. I've only got to do a bit of rice. Curry is one of my favourites. We have a lot of Indian immigrants in England, and one of the best things they brought with them was their food. And it used to be in England, the favourite food was fish and chips. You've probably heard that. It's not anymore. It's curry now. Curry is number one.
I'm a
Yeah.
Chinese food fan.
Do you like decorate your food when you cook?
Sorry, say again?
Do you decorate your food when you cook? Like trying to decorate it so that look like a pie, like you can eat it.
Well,
Like
yes,
decorate.
I try to make it look colourful. I don't really mess about with it too much. Oh, we used to have a chef here in the 1970s called Fanny Craddock, and you give her one kind of food and she'd make it look like something else, and it didn't always look like something you wanted to eat. It just looked fancy, you know. We don't do that anymore. But yeah, it's nice to add a bit of colour.
Yeah.
We don't do
Like,
fancy, but my grandmother, when she was alive at Thanksgiving, if we got her plate ready and we put two foods together that were the same color, she would have a fit. You have to have different colors next to each other. You can't
Right.
have potatoes next to onions because you got to put carrots in between them or something. She, yeah, she had a thing about color coordinating her plate.
Right.
like here in South Africa, there is a place like every mall, like Woolworths. Woolworths place for food, like that company, when they cook, they make the decorate the food, and then when you go there in that mall, I admire seeing like what the things going on there, and I go there, and even if like I'm not like buying anything, I just want to see what's the new things in that mall, and I go there, and they decorate everything, and they give you a book, like free book, and then I always get one all the time. And then you are talking about that asparagus. I will show you. This is one of the book. They decorate the asparagus like this, but
Oh,
you can
yeah.
eat it.
Looks like a
It's like a
purse.
purse. It's a purse, but everything you can eat. And
Wow.
I just admire the way they do it, because I think they do that also to attract people. And
Mhm.
the people come in that mall and they buy a lot of, even if you don't want to buy, you see like some little thing, and then it's like, let me do, and it's very tasty. And I was like, oh my goodness, these people, they know how to attract people by
Mm.
decorating the food. So every time I go there, and I just like grab the book and I try to cook or to bake or the things that they do, because in that book they give you the recipes and stuff, and you can try. So for them, they just want you to go there to see how amazing that they are doing
Yes.
there. For me, the first thing when I go there in those different malls, and then I just go to Woolworths design of food, and I go there and see like, oh my goodness, these people, I don't know, like they have that magic hand to
Mhm.
making it, like decorating it, like even like little details. And you can
Do-
see how good it is. Like even simple thing when they were doing these are like some of the things that they
Oh
do.
wow, yes.
Like
Oh,
making
that looks yummy.
yeah,
Take it away.
and they put like some orange. It's like a orange that you have to take the skin and put it with that. So everything, it's simple, but it's very beautiful. So
Mhm.
the more just your eyes see in it, and then you want to try, and then even if you don't want to buy, you tempted to get
Yes.
like, okay, let me
Yes.
try. And have you seen also that when you go to those malls, they make you to try like you can try for free, and then you just try, and then after you want to buy. So they have their technique to attract people, but I just love it. I just love the way they do.
We
Good
used to,
marketing.
it used to be quite fashionable here that you're saying about decorating. They take a radish or a tomato and make it look like a flower. Do you mean that
Yeah.
sort of thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not so fashionable here now. You just make sure the colours look right, and they make everything in big piles on the plate. It has to sort of look like that, with something nice on the top, you know. Um, but yeah, less fuss about decorating than they used to do. Sorry, Terry,
Yeah.
you were going to say something.
Oh, I don't remember. Must not have been too important.
You're like me, yes.
Went right out of my head.
And what about do you fancy of like cake or
Oh, yes. My
like
mother,
dessert?
my mother used to make the most beautiful cakes. And years ago, I had a piece of land where I could grow vegetables. And when it was my 30th birthday, my mother made me a special cake that looked like this piece of land. It was a round chocolate cake. And on one
Mhm.
side, she'd got coconut and dyed it green and sprinkled it on part of the cake so that it looked like grass, you know. And she made little cauliflowers and little carrots and put them on it. It looked beautiful. Quite an
And
art to that kind of decorating. And now my daughter-in-law is carrying the tradition on. She makes cakes to sell, and she did some a couple of weeks ago. She made just those little cupcakes, you know. But each one, especially when they were put together, they looked like a beach. She had like a little starfish on one and a pebble on another one and a little bit of sea on another one. It looked just so beautiful. So yeah, art through cakes really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I could have eaten any of them. I'm like you, Eddie. I've got a terrible sweet tooth.
Yeah.
so Eddie, like, do you like those desserts, like eating
Yeah,
desserts?
of course. I like cakes, candies, and everything what is sweet.
Me
And
too.
mm,
Chocolate.
yeah,
Chocolate is a
I
killer for me. It's terrible stuff.
cannot, um, I cannot, um, I yeah, I always allow myself to take something tasty. Uh-huh.
But what's your favorite dinner, Eddie? Your favorite
Uh,
meal to have?
mm, Favorite dinner? Oh, I don't know. Actually, uh, our nationality cuisine, our cuisine of my nationalities
Hmm.
is around about meat,
Oh, of course,
and
yes.
I like to eat meat from morning, for for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. But of course, I used to eat meat uh, all day long. But now, of course, I cannot myself afford myself to eat meat
Hmm.
every time, and I should to take care about what I'm taking. And
Yes.
of course, I from for morning for breakfast I take porridge now
Hmm.
with different additions like pumpkin, like
Honey.
uh, yeah,
That's one of
honey
my
and
favorites.
mm, dry grapes. How I don't I forgot
Oh,
how to
dried
say
grapes,
it.
raisins.
Raisins, yeah,
Yes.
raisins and uh, some berries,
Nice.
and meat for lunch, and for dinner kind of vegetable soup now, or sour milk, and
Right.
nothing more. And but I'm getting around there.
It's hard to stop
Nonetheless,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. Once it started.
yeah, it's difficult to stop. Yeah,
I
and
was just
of
wondering.
course when. mm,
I was just wondering if
mhm.
Kalmyk people eat any meat that we would consider unusual, because most people in this country only really eat farm animals, so it's beef, pork, lamb, chicken. That's about it. Duck is a little bit more unusual. Um, I found a butcher's that sells goat, and I love goat. That makes a really good stew or curry, delicious. But do Kalmyk people eat anything different?
Not now. Mm,
Right.
but from a recent time, mm, in a restaurant appeared camel meat.
Oh,
And
yes.
mhm. I tried it just one time, but there's no difference between cow beef between beef and camel
Oh,
meat.
really?
I didn't find
I
the
I
difference.
wanted to try camel when I was in Egypt, but for some reason we never got to a camel restaurant. I do
Mm.
like to try unusual things, you know.
Should come here in our place here because you can find a lot of different meats.
Oh, really? What's your favorite of the unusual ones, Jenny?
The other day, like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that people can eat cat.
Oh
And
no, no, I don't know no dogs and cats. No,
listen, I didn't even wanna eat
No,
that. I didn't
no.
even
no.
wanna eat that. That they they eat, and I was like, can you eat that? And I was like, yes, it's nice. Like, oh my goodness. And the other day, I just, they give me like this little, like this, that I'm like, can you taste this? And then I tasted. And I was like, do you know what is that? And they say, oh, cat. And it's like, no, 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 don't even give me. But it tastes good. It tastes good, even if like they give me like little. But they say, oh, you don't like it, but you say it tastes good. But you know what? If you tell me that that is cat, no, I will never.
Yeah,
Ever.
I
No.
don't care how nice cat tastes. I'm
Yeah,
not
how
eating
nice
that.
it is. So I told
Or
them,
dog.
don't
No.
don't even do that, and don't even try to tell me that okay, this and that. But they do it. And snake, you know those the big snake, and
I'm just going to
they
say
eat
now,
snake.
we've got less than a minute left, okay? Just letting you know, because we'll all
Yeah,
disappear.
some of them they
Snake,
eat snake, but I don't
snake.
like.
I've heard that snake is very good.
Yeah, they say it's very tasty, but
Tastes like chicken.
I've had
yeah,
I've had
I love
alligator before.
Oh wow, what did that taste like,
That's
Terry?
like chicken. It's no, actually, it tastes kind of like scallops. It's got that
Oh,
scallopy
lovely.
texture and
Yeah.
taste. It's actually pretty good. It was deep
but
fried with a
I
batter.
like